full jobs.
3-part time.
I got three part-time. Yeah, I don't know. I'm even confused myself.
It's all good. Hi, everybody. This is the Trillionaire meeting, episode 5. We're here with Nate Antonio, producer, DJ, and instructor, multi-instrumentalist. And his hair is laid right now.
Oh, come on. I had to make sure. I can't believe it's still looking the way it does after all this time. I've been meaning to call my girl, but I haven't been able to, I'm still giving it a little time.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, mine. I got water in mine. Just frizz back up.
I like it though, Nate. You know how we do. We got to keep it going. Something wild,
Yeah,
you're looking good too, man. Where you at? That's the home spot.
Yeah, my little home studio.
Cool, man. Awesome. Yeah. Me too. This studio obviously had some changes since last time. Obviously, you were here. Last time you were here was Endless Summer with John Walker.
Endless Summer. Yeah. That was that was last year. Good Lord, that was last year around. This time, right? This time last
You're exactly right. Are you kidding me? Right.
Yeah.
Right. It feels like an endless summer. Hey, Walker.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Let me see. It was a Friday the 13th last year too.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Wow. Time's flying. But that's where we recorded some stuff in here. So absolutely.
Yeah.
Last thing, we ended up recording the final song. Was it
Ready to go, huh?
Ready to Go.
Yeah.
And then we shot to Santa Barbara and just had a good time to celebrate that one, man. That's gonna be down for ages. So.
Yeah, good times. I'm on Zillow right now looking in Santa Barbara for houses and stuff right now.
Oh man. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know. Just the coast, just along California coast, such a special place, man.
Yeah, it's
dear to my
cool.
heart. Such good music from those times too. Like just those Beach Boy vibes too. It's just it's classic, for a lot of folks. So
that's cool though. Yeah, how you been finding like inspiration and stuff? Like in these strange times.
Gosh, that's a great question. There's a lot of inspiration out there, like, obviously just within society, but, it's hard to just form it out sometimes and just make sense of what you want to say. Honestly, the inspiration, just, keep up with your basic techniques, and try to have a positive, approach to your music. And then, find a solid message, then build around it. You know what I mean? But obviously pull from what you're experiencing. And there's definitely a lot, but yeah, I don't know. That's my suggestion. I don't know. What are you doing, Nate?
Watching like 80s movies and like YouTube videos. I've been playing like even old school video games because I really just like the music of those times.
Oh yeah,
like those 8-bit things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Too. Yeah, just technique and stuff. Just like running through scales, and then you might do something and be like, "Oh, that's a cool idea for a song or something."
That's exactly it. That's the sweet spot.
Yeah.
When it naturally branches that way, you got it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's always those times too when like you're just like, I'm gonna just mess around real fast, and you end up making something really, really cool, rather than you're just like, I'm gonna make something real cool, and then you don't make nothing.
Oh man. No, and you're exactly, isn't that the truth? Yes, man. And that's what helps when you get into the studio, at least have a couple of things and be like, okay, I should probably go jump on a couple little templates because something really cool is not happening, and I think I'm forcing it. So yeah, no, you're absolutely right. It's and it never fails. It's within that technique that you're practicing that something is like, whoa, that's it. And most likely you're not recording, but that's a good tip of just like, come on, record your sessions. Make sure it's right there.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's super, super cool. So what's going on over there in LA right now?
Just between the quarantine transition and then just the challenging of the reality of things, and just trying to settle down with some smoke going on right now of the challenges, but a little bit of communication is just going to help us transition through that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, people just gotta just get all that energy out, and then just
Yeah,
chill out, be able to like think straight and stuff.
yeah. In the meantime, I'm noticing just a lot of creativity coming out. You know, people making the best of it. I like seeing some of the news. They were showing some folks doing just like karaoke out in the streets, or just some musicians coming out and just playing for the block a little bit. Even me and myself, I've been having a boom of block parties, just like lining up week after week. So I'm loving that little transition of a sense of kind of community, and noticing these little pockets of communities that are just such a joy to be in and play around, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, that's super cool.
People open to the loud music, like you know, I not all neighborhoods are accepted that way. I was driving around one neighborhood, you know, I pull off to the side, you know, in one neighborhood, this guy's like, well, what are you doing here? I'm like, well, what do you think about I do here? And, you know, I'm making a phone call, like, you know, and it just got weird. But it's like, it doesn't have to be that way. Like, you know, most people I'm noticing just seem to be okay and just want to have a good time, you know?
Yeah.
So,
yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's super, super cool. But yeah, those I saw you on Instagram doing the black parties. They look really, really interesting.
Oh man, so fun. Little sweet 16. You know, for the most part, people driving by and just honking and waving, and one of them, they're just got a water gun fights going on, and it's just hard not to everyone get too close, because it's like, you know, fun. Even one of my posts says that, you know, soon we're gonna be out, you know, having fun and then dancing in the streets a little bit more, but like, you know, it's kind of happening, but still, it's like, hey, everyone still kind of keep your space, but everyone's doing their best, man. You know, it's been fun.
Yeah, it definitely is. It's definitely gonna get crazy. I want to shoot down to LA as soon as this is over.
Yeah,
go out there and have some fun.
Yeah, it's right there for sure. It's right around the corner, but you know, yeah, absolutely. I can't wait, man. You know, just that next phase of creativity, just a little extra recharge, but that's not a bad thing. You know?
Yeah. You been messing around with any new instruments lately, like other than the ones you already know?
You know, Nate, I've been really needing to get a brass section, like, or just some brass going. So I haven't. It's such a challenge. I give so much props to the brass section. Come on, that's such a skill within the breathing and the technique. But I've been needing to pull the trumpet out. I just want to spend time on it. It's just it's a lovely sound. And then even when you got a mute in it, sometimes it's like, wow, this is, you know, it's just such a silly sound. I wouldn't mind recording it and just seeing what to do with those samples. So,
yeah, that's super cool.
Yeah. What about you? What are you getting into? You're still doing your saxophone like crazy, I'm sure, but anything new?
I've been messing around with the theremin.
Okay. I love music, and there's just
crazy.
always there never seems to be a shortage of like some sort of instrument I really haven't heard about. What are you talking about? What is this one?
The theremin. Oh yeah, it's like
or more of a visual thing. You know, it's like a song where you're like, hey, think of a song, but you're more a person, visual. I don't mind. Go ahead.
It's like this. It's an electronic instrument. It's like an oscillator, but it's a radio wave and like these two metal, like a wooden or whatever they use signal with this metal overlay over here and like a metal antenna, and you put your hands in front of it, and that's where the notes come from. And then this hand is the volume. Let me see. I can probably pull it up.
Got it. Did Led Zeppelin, did they use some sort of thing like that one time? I almost think I'm seeing that back in the day, but maybe a video I saw, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, did it look like this guy right here? You ever see one of these before?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And it goes, woo, woo. It just has this weird, like, almost just signal sounding frequency. Yeah. I believe Jimmy Page did something like that on stage, man. I want a whole lot of, I don't know if it was during a whole lot of love, but man, I don't know what those boys were rocking. Even you, oh, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead, Nate.
Oh no, I was just saying, yeah, I was just laughing.
No, I was just loving how he even experimented using a bow on a electric guitar. You know what I mean? Like,
I haven't done that yet.
No, I'm just saying, come on, like that's the kind of creativity we need. That's what we're looking for. I was even reading that even during the last, there was a depression that everyone had to stay home a long, long time ago. And through that, maybe not a depression, there was just maybe a surplus of funds. And then everyone was staying home and there was such a creative time out of that. So man, as long as people are being creative, we could come out of this looking plush. Go ahead, man. What is it?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear the sirens outside. It's getting kind of nuts over here.
Come on, man. I had some maybe right before we started this session. I do hear them.
Yeah, they've been out there just breaking stuff up and setting stuff on fire. But yeah, let's see. They got one of these at the studio, and then I was messing around with it. I found out about it because of this David Firth cartoon called Sportsbury Toast Boy. I think I showed you some David Firth before.
So who?
Remember those, David Firth? I think I showed you a couple of those creepy cartoons.
Cartoon?
One was called Salad Fingers.
I think so. Yes, that was a little. Yes, I remember you.
I had to be careful showing people those because I don't really think it's that freaky, but some people got a little weird.
Yeah. But I don't know. I think it's only right people at least to be shown so they can make the decision for themselves. But I hear you.
Yeah, for sure.
Always showing interesting things, man. I love that. That honestly, isn't that like the core of music? And I don't know, for me, the reason why I try to find and record and make music is because you could just get lost in a sound like that. Just a frequency. And you just be sitting here doing this and people be looking at you like, what is that person doing?
Yeah.
But you're like, man, I'm trying to find those intervals.
Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah. And those, and it ain't like no box either, so you can find the frequencies and notes in between the notes also. So you can find something that just makes your whole head ring, and you're like, "Whoa, what was that?"
Wow. Yeah, that's on another level. I wasn't even. That's so cool, man.
Yeah, that happens where you're playing like saxophone and stuff too. Like I may hit a certain note, and they know about those vibrations, like when you like hit a note or on your bass, and maybe your snare might ring, or maybe like the vent may ring.
Absolutely, yeah.
You can hit certain notes and stuff on the saxophone or something that will like make your like head ring a weird way.
No, you know, absolutely.
Yeah, good times though.
Absolutely, good stuff, man. Always pleasure talking with you, Nate.
Yeah, you too, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, always a good time. Shoot, I've been wanting to shoot over to Oakland too. Just taking my time. You know what I mean? At the right time, it'll happen. I'm trying to take advantage and just all these little loose ends, administrative stuff, and just getting that situated and just feeling creative. Can't wait to get a creative push. You ever feel like you just have some project that you need to finish, and you don't really want to start new ones? But and I just got new ones that I know I need to start, but I don't think I have the attention for it yet.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that stuff is. Yeah, it could be really weird. Yeah, getting that stuff, getting through those things and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then
I guess worse things have happened.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Casualties or just something going wrong to where you can't put that song out anymore.
True. Yeah. And or just people seem to have block, like that writer block. Everyone's so scared of that voodoo writer's block. Like
yeah. It's pretty scary though, I ain't gonna lie.
It's a scary thing. Like I think we were just talking about it too. Last time we were talking, we were saying how you just have to start over in the beginning sometimes with the music and just start at square one, right?
Yeah.
All that music is found within technique. So if you're not utilizing your technique as much, maybe, you know, I don't know.
Hmm.
I'm gonna knock on wood because, but I'm just saying, ideally, keep
Yeah.
pushing through, because you'll surprise yourself. You're working through something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
And that's that next step of innovating your music, right? You know.
Yeah. Yeah, teaching and also getting into some other genres that can help out too. You know, yeah.
You're
Free
exactly
time.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Step away from your direct focus of your line of focus and maybe
Mhm.
just um yeah, that's why I that's when everything for me started opening up, was allowing myself to not just focus on myself, and then, or not just focus on myself, but just try to find a sense of community.
Mhm.
And then that led to teaching, you know, in a natural way. And it's so important, you know, just having that music community.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, yeah. It's special. You see the kids have it through school when they have band and orchestra,
Mhm.
but it's slightly different, you know. As you get older, though, that community is still important, you know, whether it be writers of poetry, you know, and but also different instrumentalists.
Yeah. It's super cool. Yeah, you got a little. It's a little friendly competition too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And yes, getting around people that are like either like better than you or trying to be better, and then you know they start getting good, and you're like, let me step my game up too. That's
Mhm.
important too. Spending
Man, I gotta credit so much to my, yeah, so much to
yeah.
my growth to that. It gets to a point. Yeah, you could really dive in so much for yourself, but you gotta allow you gotta get out again. Just put it out there. So, yeah,
Hmm.
community is so important. It finally felt like I got movement to what I was trying to do. You know.
Yeah.
Also, I didn't realize how many different sections of what I was doing. You know, everyone, you look at the music industry and you're like, oh, I want to break into the music industry, but like just being a part of the music is great
Yeah,
for
it's
me.
great. Yeah.
Oh, it's just
Really
such
cool.
a blessing to be around it, right? You every day, I don't know, I know you know the feelings, like what do I do without it, you know? But
Mhm.
long story short is find a way to separate your music like skills, okay? Because for me, I like trying to put everything as one and be like, oh yeah, but like trying to make sense of that in your head is just too much, you know.
Yeah.
Focus on your producing stuff and your music, your creativity, and then I got my DJing that I have to make sure I give attention to,
Hmm.
whether it be booking gigs and you know, and then also the instructing side, you know, making sure you have the time to stop and share just the basics of music with people.
Hmm.
Everyone thinks there's some sort of wives' tale of short fingers, this and that. You know, obviously, any physical attributes that can help, great, good for you.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
if
for
not,
sure.
you just gotta work your butt off, you know. But it's possible. So you know, giving back little by little. It's great to see the little guys and the people still hungry for the music. You
Yeah, for
know.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, how is teaching little guys? Because when I did some teaching, it was there was a couple producers who knew a little bit about it already, and I was
Mm-hmm.
able to kind of give them like a head of direction of kind of taking what they already know a step further. But like you're started with kids who are just started from zero. How is
You
that?
know, Nate, that's in a nutshell what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to judge where someone is at
Mm-hmm.
with their skill and just direct them in a way and show them, you know, a technique or skill to utilize to make them better.
Okay.
So that's it. That's teaching right there. Um, but my main thing when it's a new instrument, I tell everybody it's just spending time with it. Spend time holding it, feeling it, touch it, and just hear the sounds. Um, you go through, get familiar with everything. Take, for a guitar, for example, take one string and get familiar with a couple of those notes on that one string, you know, and in the meantime, just strum around, do basic stuff, have fun with it. don't push too hard on what you think you need to know. Just one string at a time and have fun, you know.
Okay.
Know the notes on why I need to tune the guitar strings that way, you know, just the order of the strings. Know what strings are what, you know, and just those little things add up. And all of a sudden you're like, man, I'm kind of doing this, you know, I'm playing little by little. I think the biggest thing, the challenge that people have is up here. They can't get pissed or they can't get pissed. Yeah, they can't get pissed. Yes, they'll get pissed because you got to get past the 6 months to the year it takes to really get comfortable.
Yeah, for sure. Especially on the guitar. The guitar is such a douchey instrument. Even when you think you're good, you just get caught up with something at some point that you're going to have to go back and get that together. Yeah.
Different speeds changes the whole feel up. Just there's always something to work on. Nate, is there a finish line with Nate music? Like you,
not at all.
Out of one of the most talented producers I know, between sounds and just what I've seen you do, and in the studio, even with what you do, you know.
Yeah, there's no finish line at all. Yeah, it's always something you can learn.
Always something to learn.
Yeah, big time. Yeah.
So coming from you, that just means so much. And that's just the point. Just take it little by little. I tell my little guys the difference between the pro and the beginner is just time spent. But if that's why I like working even with the little kids a little bit, you know, because we could just talk about rhythm and just groove and just pattern, you know. Sometimes people want to learn music, then all of a sudden they're like, hey man, I want to learn this crazy Metallica song that's like 7-8 minutes long, and it's like, hey, we could talk about it, but I don't know if your fingers are ready, you know. And and what's the point of getting there? Why drive that super fast NASCAR or Ferrari when, you know, just cruise a little bit?
Yeah, for sure. Take it some practice and stuff.
Yeah. It's a balance of learning some other people's song, but like learn technique so you can make your own ideas. That's what I think I teach in a nutshell.
Okay.
Learn some of that technique. Yeah, right on, Nate. Thanks for asking, man.
Yeah, that's super cool. Yeah, and I think one of my things with the guitar is I know how to play at a decent speed, but when it came to slowing it down, when I would put the metronome to like 60 or even 50, that could be way harder than playing at like 100 sometimes.
Restraint with music is a skill. I need to tap into it more. You're exactly right.
Yeah, like even like leaving space and stuff. When you're like
space.
Soloing.
Oh God.
Yeah.
That's a big lesson that some of my students do. They'll want to rush rhythm, but good music is alive, man. It's got to breathe. Give it space. Let the pulse. You know, I don't know. If you love the music, you know, you and I get talking crazy about music. We get so excited, but you know, that's kind of what it's about. You know, that's what it starts.
For sure. Yeah. Speaking of the basics too, I got back to the basics. I've been messing around with the harmonic minor scale, and how like the major scale has modes. They have harmonic minor modes, and it's been blowing my mind big time. Like starting the harmonic minor scale from different notes in the same scale is just crazy. Some of the scales.
Yeah, perfect.
It's pretty nuts.
Are you taking it from the major and just going and then adapting to the major or then to the minor, or are you just going like along the progression and then just going a half step up chromatically into the minor?
It'll be like just like a normal, like a C harmonic minor, and then I'll start it on D, but it'll be the same notes as C harmonic minor, and then I'll start it on the third note. And, there's just a ton of different scales that comes from just starting it on like a different note on the scale, starting it on a 2 and then the 3, or starting it on the 6.
That's one of my favorite things about you got to break it down though, right? You're supposed to write it down, okay? You're supposed to go, let's say, whatever key you're in, basically, but I don't know, if you could harmonize a few guitars or just even a couple, that's one of my favorite sounds. Okay, what you do is you write the scale out whatever you're in, and then whatever one you're in, then you go to the third of that, and then you write that down or whatever it's in, and to the fifth, right? Kind of what just sounds like what you're saying, and you can layer those. So you jot down the notes you're using, and then if you start on those different sections you wrote out, find the different notes to properly layer it, to harmonize. Like I said Metallica earlier, but yeah, you hear those guitars together and just layering them harmony, and it's like, whoa, it's weird. It's got this weird bee huzzing, buzzing sound that I just like, wow, I like it. I can't get enough.
Yeah, it's super cool. Yeah, their stuff was pretty classical sounding too. It sounds like classical music with electric guitars.
Yeah.
Especially when they do like those dun 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 dun. Like, yeah, I could imagine violins playing it, but like it's like, you know.
Yeah. You know what? I wanted to stay there. That other instrument you're playing with the frequencies, I was like, imagine being able to change like different synth sounds to that. Like, come on, give it to me. I need.
They got a Moog one. You can do that kind of stuff with it. You can like add reverb and delay. Well, you can do that with like Ableton and stuff, but they have one that has all of that stuff in there. Yeah, the little Moog one. But that's super cool.
I love it. Hey, you getting into any music documentaries lately? You been watching any?
I just saw the Miles Davis one.
I didn't see that one. What's that one called? That's right. I need to write that down.
It's called Birth of a Cool. Yeah, Birth of a Cool. I think it's either Birth of a Cool or Birth of the Cool. One of the two.
That was Netflix?
Yeah, Netflix.
Yeah, that's right. I got it.
Yeah, Birth of the Cool.
There was a super jazzy movie I watched about the first, I don't know, the first Trump player, whatnot. I don't know if he was the first, but man, it was super cool. Yeah. It was like I forget the name of the guy. It was like a dark, loungy jazz, and at the end of it, it had like Louis Armstrong, and then he just like talking and playing the trumpet, and then just saying, and gave reference to that player too. Overall, it was good.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Just music movies.
Yeah, they're really good. Yeah, that one was good. Thelonious Monk. He has a documentary on Netflix. He's really good.
Okay.
Yeah, he was. He's one of the guys where I always show people him when they like wonder if they're like holding the sticks right or something, or if they're like, or if they should be doing it like that. I'm like, whatever's comfortable for you, because this guy used to literally.
Really?
Play the piano like this.
Got you. Yeah. Hey,
he wasn't traditional.
If you got a wheel and if you spend time on it, right? That's great. Absolutely.
Ain't nobody gonna say nothing if it sounded good too.
Posture, ideally because of the fluidity of playing. But like, if it's sounding right and you're doing your thing, like.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna sit back here. I think there was a jazz clip we were seeing at church. This one bass player was slapping, right? And the other guy sit down, hold his bass player, was like, I'm gonna put this in my case.
My bass away, yeah. Yeah, that was Sheree Reed. If anyone was wondering, he was playing in the church.
That's just, I don't know. What more could you want from your bass player? Like, if your bass player is doing that, gosh, it just opens up room for everybody else to feel relaxed,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's a nasty dude right there. My favorite. That's one of my favorite bass players. I like him. I like Marcus Miller. And there's a guy I've been watching on YouTube. His name is Travis. I just know how to get to the channel. Let me see. Let me make sure I don't tamper the name.
Do they release studio projects, or is it more like just Sunday, go to church, kind of let loose?
I think Sheree Reed, he's church. He played in jazz bands, but I think he played on like a bunch of famous songs that we know too.
Okay, good. Absolutely. Better keep that guy busy, man. Those fingers gotta be like, come on, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, the bass alone, like.
Yeah, big time. This guy plays like 5 and 6 strings too, so that's a whole nother thing right there.
How do you keep those strings muted, right?
Yeah.
Not buzzing out and just keeping.
Yeah, that's a tough thing right there. Oh yeah, Travis Dykes. Travis Dykes. I've been watching him on YouTube. That's another one of my favorite bass players. And Marcus Miller, he's a legend. He played with like Miles Davis and all those guys. And Marcus Miller, he played on everybody's stuff.
I love it. You know, people that really appreciate music know how to go through the genres. You know what I mean? You know, it's I just think it's only right. It's like just you take little bits and pieces of all it, and you're just like, man, and that's an overall feeling of music. You know, you gotta go to the jazz, because like what's happening within 4 to 8 measures alone can be your current song, your current pop song these days. Okay. So that's like it's hard not to notice the jazz and just appreciate, just be like, man, I can just loop that, you know, and come up with something pretty good. That's crazy, you know. So but
that's super cool. Yeah, and that's cool too, like how they left little parts for people. At the time, they probably didn't know that people were going to be chopping up their songs and stuff at the time, but the fact that they had like cool parts in there that somebody can take and just turn into something totally different, and I think that's one of the coolest things ever. Yeah.
What do you think nowadays they would music back in the day had so many sections. You know, I'll be honest, I don't use as many sections as I should. I try to, you know, like, hey, I'm gonna keep it within a certain amount of time, just give a few sections, and you know, hey, as long as the feel is there, great. But back in the day, they had outro or like intro, you know, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, you know, break, verse, like literally go on and on.
Section.
What section?
Like a little jam section in between, and then go back to the third verse, and then pre-chorus, and then bridge, and then they'll just jam. It'd be like something like 12 minutes.
Yeah. And then those different sections really almost didn't sound like the original song, but like those are the pieces that people would take and sample, and it's like, yeah, wow, that was in there. How cool, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know. In current music, I guess we use this broken down version of those sections.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Now I just saw this pretty cool video called it's on YouTube. It's called "The Death of Melody." It's talking about how like a lot of the songs are just like the singer is just singing one note, or like how like they're it's like how Lady Gaga's Bad Romance is like da 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 da, or how like Billie Eilish was just like da 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 da. So
yeah, it's having that natural robotic kind of sound or almost feel. Because it's on. That's kind of what simplicity, I guess. Music in its most simple form is kind of, you know, you can't be mad at it, but like, you know, I don't know. I hear you.
Yeah, I think it's still the same forms though. I think they probably either chopped them in half, because I know instead of 16s, people are doing 8s now, and it'll be like an 8, a 4, but it's still verse, chorus.
Yeah. Okay, cool. That's what I'm feeling. I'm glad you said that too, because I've been noticing chopping up certain sections shorter in general. You know, I guess maybe when it's rap, you can kind of extend the bars and just give more time.
Yeah.
But like for a certain for R&B or pop to have certain movement to it, I think only so long. Like, you know. Yeah, only so long is what I'm noticing. So good. Yeah, but so the question is, should I not have the groove, or should I not have melodies in the music? Because I kind of lean towards having some sort of groove, but is that outdated?
I still love melody and stuff. Okay. I love the melody. Anytime I do that one note thing, I do this cool exercise where if F is like the melody note, I'll try to find every chord I know that ends on F.
I like that.
So you could just change the color of it. Like it's still F, but then you could play like you could play like a G flat major 7, or you could play like a G minor 7, or you could play like a F first inversion and to land on F, or you could play
With your
like an A flat dominant
yeah.
7. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know how to go by just that one position. Like, come on.
Yeah.
I love it.
So that's a pretty cool exercise. So if they're just dun 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 every time it lands, you just hit a different chord that lands on that note, and that can give a cool, pretty cool sound.
I had a what is it? The song "Stairway to Heaven." That's called like. That's kind of the concept you're saying. I love the concept that you're talking about of using the chords around it too, because that's what you do. But you're pedaling the tone. You're using that tone and you pedal around it. Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. That's such a fun.
Cool.
That's a fly technique. Absolutely.
But yeah, it's on YouTube though. I found out about it from this YouTube channel called 12 Tone, and it's this guy that he like answers a bunch of questions like, could there be a 13th note? Just like crazy questions that like a kid ask you. He probably gets his questions from kids.
That's
yeah.
Awesome. Come on, we should all have that approach to things.
Yeah.
Because maybe like we get so far and feel our knowledge, but then does it hinder us from pushing that boundary? Because you, out of all people know too, man, you know the rules of the music, but then sometimes you just gotta put them aside and flow through what you're hearing, to get you to where you need to go, and you break the rules and or bend them.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and yeah, like what you're saying. Yeah, sometimes you gotta just learn them and just forget about them. Yeah, forget about them too.
Yeah,
because they got all these musical geniuses and stuff, but none of them have any like giant songs at all. They know everything about music and all of this stuff, but then the guy who just bought iPad and a microphone has a song that's all over the radio, and he's just been making music for like a month, Yeah.
If you can capture the vibe, man, capture it in a bottle. That's lightning in a bottle. Come on, that's it. It's in here. Period. People don't give themselves enough credit for feeling, and they listen to a lot of music to know more than what they think they know. We're just not spending time on it.
Yeah.
I'm a big preacher of that, because I didn't find music until I got older. I thought it was beyond me, but like, no, grab it now. Like today, tomorrow, the day after, and the day after. Like, keep building on it.
Yeah, that's super
cool. Not rocket science.
Yeah.
And then you're doing your mind, and such a favor. Your spirit, such a favor. You have you have something to release and just kind of understand you a little bit, challenge you, but in the long run,
yeah, for sure,
play what you want it to play and what you want it to say. Don't mind me.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but that's lit though. That goes to the next thing, because I know you're really good at meditation and stuff. I've been trying to like figure out good ways to meditate, or like, what's your meditation process?
Great question, Nate. Trying to find, just like an instrument, finding that 10-15 minutes at least to just give the starter time to it and appreciation to clear your mind. That's really where it starts. The first lesson, even for me, when I want to get starting again, is finding that extra 10-15 minutes to set away in my time, whether it's just to stand outside my front door in my backyard for 10-15 minutes first. It's setting that time aside first.
Okay.
Because if I don't create that habit, and if I just dive right into it, I'm gonna like peter out and just probably, when you meditate, if you're going deep, you're just gonna probably nod out.
Yeah,
that's
go to sleep.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're working on some heavy stuff, but like, you want to kind of be aware at the same time. But meditation technique, I don't know. maybe cook some food, chop some vegetables, and cook a little meal for yourself. Set that 10-15 minutes, start a good habit. And then, because chopping sometimes is a good 15-minute meditation, and or,
Okay.
you know, if you want to do something moving, and or if you can do it, sit down, give 10-15 minutes of just clear peace for your mind, you know.
Okay. Is there
And then
something
at
that
the
you
end,
normally?
oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I just
Oh,
want
that's
to
all
make sure
good.
everyone envisions that all golden sunlight that we're all, you know, able to draw from that fountain of, you know, just fill that body up of that positive light. Don't forget to do that, you know.
Okay.
We're all connected to that, right? What I like to believe. So.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you just answered. I was just getting ready to ask
Oh.
that, like, what exactly are you looking for when you
Mm.
meditate? But is that what meditation is? Just kind of just acknowledging things like the sun and like just the world, or
I say
you
it's
know.
it's an awakened version of it's a daydreaming version of sleeping. I'm not a pro at this. Do your research. You know, everyone dive in. We're all sharing like ideas
Mm-hmm.
to get us to where we want, and that's kind of just a sense of enlightenment. You know, to know that we can be at peace. You know, throughout our day. You know, and the challenging things are going to happen, and it's just but if we're at our best state of enlightenment, we communicate the best way and know how to help other people. You know, I'm trying to be my best version of me as that in the end, in the long run. So hopefully I reflect positivity to other people, and then in the end that mirrors back to you, kind of, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But even if it doesn't, you know, I'm happy and I'm thankful, you know, for all those little things. So finding peace and enlightenment, man.
Okay.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's super cool. Yeah, for
You
sure.
go through so many days. You get that peace of enlightenment. You go through so many days, though. Things are gonna battle you to bring you down. That's just normal, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, big
But
time.
you forget about meditating. But then, if you continue to find those patterns, I think, you know, if we all set good patterns for ourselves, it's beneficial, man. You know. But I don't know. Thanks for asking. What are you doing? I know you like to do your reading. Do you find things that are helping you with your meditations, or are you finding time to meditate?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What
Oh,
you, what
good.
you were saying earlier was because I normally like I'll do some meditation before I go to sleep,
Mm,
or even like during the day, but I'll end up just passing out. So
mm,
maybe I'm
mm.
just not doing it right. Maybe I should like do it maybe standing up or something,
Oh, you know,
or
I'm gonna tell you, if I could just. I hate that sometimes I get too excited and I like to
uh,
respond. And I don't want. I hope I didn't cut you off, and I hate cutting people off and cutting you off. But
now do your
there's
thing.
no right way, man, to connect. We already got it. It's there.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? If you're doing something, that's perfect. It's beautiful. Everyone's connection is wherever. Um, if that's just something that maybe you're just gonna slightly change up for your details and say, hey, I'm gonna try to be a little more awake
Yeah, stand up.
and pull myself out of the meditation as opposed to, you know. But again, we're all filtering those images in our sleep of what we're processing daily, and that in the long run, as long as we can filter those and get release those from holding on to us, that's ideal. Because I can't hold on to that. I don't feel good creating with that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing worse than being in the studio with someone just a drag, you know.
Yeah.
Just it's got to have a positive vibe. I think there's a video you were showing me of a producer saying for his singers before they come through the door to the secretary on how they greet them with positive attitude, make sure they have everything they need, because right through from the door to the creative process, that's just as important.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah.
Whoop.
Yeah. Dot dot dot.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I'm over
good.
here. I had my stuff on the charger. It's
Yeah.
been charging. I can
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, people don't get that sometimes. I think I had to get that too, like keeping the vibe and stuff strong in the studio,
mm-hmm.
and things like that, or having some sort of like systems and stuff.
Mm-hmm. If I
So
could say one of my
yeah.
favorite tricks that you do and that I notice,
Mm-hmm.
you keep the session moving. Like you'll allow for the creativity of like, yeah, that's a good idea. Let's try to get some ideas. Let's get some takes. You'll give it, its space. But then, if the takes are kind of just getting stale and the energy, you notice when we need to transition and we'll come back to it. That's that
sure.
right there. I've been taking, that's I use that all the time. Have to.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really, really cool. Yeah, and I try to right now. I'm trying to get the singers and stuff to record as soon as possible. So as soon as they say that they got something,
Mm-hmm.
I just stop adding sounds and stuff to it, or I just stop playing and then I just record them over whatever we got.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know for singers and stuff, it could be really, really boring when producers and stuff are tweaking this reverb, and you're like, guys, I'm ready to record this vocal before I forget it.
Oh God, you
Yeah.
got to. Yeah.
So yeah, that's another thing I've been doing lately. So trying to get the singer or the rapper in there as soon as possible when they got something, because we could do all of that stuff later on.
You got it. The muse comes and hits people at different times. Pay attention to your muse. If you're the way you do it, producing, if you want to do it right, like you're doing it, just noticing is like, okay, this guy's got the hot hand. You got to give him the rock.
Yeah,
Simple
for
as
sure.
that.
Yeah.
You know? Heck yeah, man. Dig it. You got it, Nate.
Yeah, super cool. Let me
You
see what
working
else
with some fun artists? I've been seeing, man. You guys been putting out. You got, a few different people putting out some stuff, and all of it's, come on, still it's quality, man. So
yeah, working with Chauncey Jones. He put out his project, and that was really cool to work on. Yeah, I
I was
didn't
listening.
do any production on that one, but I did engineering and some guitar playing.
Nice. Oh, good. Glad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure they're happy to have you. Have a hand on it. And that's right, you did some guitar on Chauncey's song. What was that one called again?
Time Like This.
Yeah. That was a cruiser, man. I dig it. Absolutely.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, Rocco.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rocco.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rocco.
Oh, yeah. He's coming up with some stuff, right?
Yeah, Vet is a producer. Been working with him.
I remember you saying, was he from Georgia? Was Atlanta or no?
I think he's from Oakland, but he like spent time in Atlanta for a little while and came back.
Got it.
But he came back with like some juice from out there, like
He's got some sounds. He's got some skills. I saw it. It looks and sounds good, man. Keep putting it out there and keep giving quality, and yeah, you could hear it. It's there. There's something definitely good quality there. I think it's just once people catch on to it and see that it's there,
yeah, it's gonna be cool. Yeah.
Oh yeah, sky's the limit for sure. And that's only what they say. What's his name? Barry said first stop. So, but the product's there, man. So just monetizing it more and more, so people realize where the good stuff's coming from, man. I like what I hear, man. I can't wait to even get together and collab with you guys and meet some of the guys.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool. Yeah, you definitely shoot up here for sure.
Right on, man. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I miss it. Jeez.
Yeah, monetizing though. Yeah, that's because I don't really like social media like that, especially now. It's just weird. So I'm trying to find ways, and I still want to have like my artist mystique, because you didn't really know everything about the artists and stuff back then. You listen to their music to find out about who they were, or they may do an interview every once in a while, but just put everything online like that's a mystery.
A little bit.
Yeah.
My problem is there's just a couple problems for me. Like, it's great because this is the whole concept of what record labels are, just what they did for their artists, but everyone can do it now, right? So it's just, so much of it is so much of it.
There's so much content out there too.
Yeah. So a sense of kind of pulling back is not a bad thing. You know what I mean? I'd rather have people that understand why they're following me, a decent solid group than a quantity of of things. Yeah, I want to share music with people and hopefully get to do shows and so people can see the music. So, you know, finding ways to get your data on get the data on where your music is hitting for your community. It's out there, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was gonna say my two things is I have a hard time showing just my business, and two, I don't want to know anyone else's business.
Yeah.
Long story short,
Big time, yeah.
I don't feel good doing that. Like, oh, let me see what so and so's doing. I'm too busy, like, you know, focusing on the peace and quiet of my own, you know. It's bad. Like I'll follow my news feeds to make sure I get my daily routine, and then, you know, some social, but you can only do so much because you don't want to already fill your day up with your mind going, because you'll get juiced. And it's like,
yeah.
let me get my coffee first.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, man. Good things though, all in all, man. There's so many more beautiful and just kindness and good things out there than there is the bad. It's just the bad overcast the good, man.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, people do definitely focus on the negatives more than the positive. It's a lot easier to focus on the negatives too than the positive.
Good. I don't know. It's hopefully going to be a good story. Like, speaking of which, taking the negative to a positive, my event this weekend, you know, I got a nice, lovely wedding. Sometimes I do weddings when they come up, and I don't mind them. I love them. Have such a great time. But they couldn't travel, so, you know, they had a whole wedding set up in Hawaii.
Yeah.
And then now they was like, no, man, like venues, everything just shut off, you know. But like, making the best of things. They're just having a lovely little small home backyard gathering, and come on, man, that's what it's about.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Adapting it, and just, yeah, we got to.
Yeah,
people are making the best of it. I love it, man. The creativity, like, it's fun, man. People
especially with Zoom right here too. Like, Zoom is really making
like, we probably wouldn't be doing this like we would. Come on.
Yeah.
We probably get to it. Things kind of went to warp speed for these kind of new ways as a custom, as a norm.
Yeah, that's super cool. Yeah, let me see. I had we pretty much got to. Let me see. We got to.
Oh yeah, you got your list. You're jotting what we're going over.
I got a few things. Yeah.
I got a question. You can help me out.
All right.
What's maybe just one suggestion for better sounding songs that you think, like, you know, just one thing that, obviously it's not going to be a one thing to overall change your, you know, but like anything that you could just kind of lead in a direction to say, hey, you know, adding this little simple change help me.
Structure, I'll say. Yeah, I'll say structure, and doing it for the right reasons, but that's a different thing. But yeah,
your first one, structure, you're saying structure. Once you have the idea and the song structure down, having enough structure to finish it, or what do you mean, structure of the song?
Structure of the song. Like a lot of songs, they'll just be like a long. It's almost like somebody's like freestyling. It's like the singer's freestyling over the music, and it never like switches up after a while. Like, you hear it.
Got it. Now I get it a little more. Cool. Yeah, because for me, sorry, that could have meant a couple different things, but absolutely. Structure the music more, and just have it transition for the audience and the listener. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I can give it a little. Let me grab my guitar real fast. Whoa! Don't do that at home, kids.
That happens all the time, man. It's the worst.
But it could just be like sometimes people's songs are just like dun 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 dun
and just the whole time.
Like you can do it right there. And this is when you should switch right here, or something like that. But they'll just keep on just they'll just do that for like 3.5 minutes. But then after like maybe 4 or maybe 8 bars, you should switch it, go to pre-chorus or something.
Yeah. Yeah. I like when you add your pre-choruses, man. You get through them, you chip away at them, because it could be like take you on that other tangent of like no looking back and kill the flow of everything. But you pull it around to that. You're like, all right, and diminished chord and back.
I love pre-choruses. Yeah,
you get to it, man. I love it.
Yeah, there's so many ways you can get back to that first chord too. That's another one of my favorite things. Like you can, if you're trying to get back to D flat, you can walk up to D flat, chromatic walk from like B flat up there, or you can do a 2-5-1 or
a B one. Yeah, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Or you can do like do like a 2-5-1, or you can like substitute the 5 for like the tritone. It's just so many clever different ways you can do to get back to that first chord after you venture out, and that's what's really fun too.
That's a challenge sometimes with music, is be able to simply go over these details and people to be able to relate it, like just like, oh, no problem. But like, sometimes you'll have to hear it and see the transition, but absolutely. That's what I found a big challenge at first, was just being able to find people that understand, or at least can get what I'm talking about, at least hint around it, so we can share the concept. But there's a fine balance. I don't mind a good musician that can just hear what they're doing, But it is nice to just share some conversation. Sometimes the verbiage is super like extra, but if you can simplify it, it helps, like just the simple progression or whatever key, a 2-5-1, like you're saying, simple progression is hey, take whatever root note, a whole octave of that, write down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 from C to C, and then you take the second note of that, the fifth one, and the first one. It should be that same easy concept, and you should know the progression of a chord progression: major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished, back to the major. So if you know that, the progression of 2-5-1, you got your D minor, the fifth, you got your G, then go to the C. Like, come on, man. That's all I'm asking.
that's cool because I have a hard time breaking stuff down like that, because I learn stuff in such a weird way, even in school. So that's a gift. I have to learn how to make stuff super simple, or so that
I hear you.
Yeah.
That you're exactly right.
It's just so like a 5-year-old can understand. That's how simple I want to be able to break stuff down.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
It's helpful. Yeah. Absolutely. Good old music, man. So fun.
Oh yeah.
Makes me so happy, man. I didn't find music till I got older, and I didn't want to do that. Like, hey, I bought my guitar. Like, I was DJing with buddies from like high school, but I got the concept a little bit, but then I had some time after high school a little bit as I was getting older, and then I was DJing all that stuff. But I was 21. I bought my first guitar, and I was playing around a little bit, and I realized I can't mess around with this and just try to teach myself, because I'm just going to spend more years than I got right now to get to where I want to be. And I went to go get educated. I had to.
Yeah.
And it just changed my whole trajectory of what I do every day. Not a day I don't do music, but I want to know those basic concepts, because the more I know, the longer I can utilize it, and I just felt I needed to. So it's been a blessing ever since. So
yeah, super cool.
Go far guitar, Peter, you're my hero, buddy.
Oh yeah. Yeah, just a note to everybody, both of our names is Nate, and we're both Leos.
They're good. That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
In case someone missed the introduction and we're going like Nate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good time.
We celebrate the same passion of music, same month of birthdays, the same name, and you know.
Yeah.
Man, it's been a joy, Nate. Man, to many more years doing what we're doing. Oh man,
Yeah.
you're doing it, man. I'm over here gonna start kicking my butt into gear. Gonna start sharing my music too. So I can't wait to get that out.
Yeah, that's gonna be super cool. Yeah.
I'm debating on what the I don't know. Was it the name? It was like I was leaning like Soundscapes, and then I didn't know if someone had that name. But then I'm thinking like visual audio frequencies. But am I overthinking it? Am I doing too much? I don't know. I just need something basic to just a title name for my tracks and just put something out there. So
oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I can't wait, man. It's exciting.
Yeah. That's super cool. Yeah, I think every artist probably had at least 5 names before they found their name. I had like how many names did I have? When I was yeah, I think my name in like middle school was like Nate Dwayne or something like
What?
okay. It was
Okay.
weird. And then from there I was Nate the Sax Man.
Are you talking about? Oh, so your personal name? See, I'm trying to think of like just like a little album EP name kind of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know,
Oh,
I don't
I
know.
thought you were talking about artist names.
Nah, yeah, I'm Nate. I don't know what for. My furthest is maybe Nate Vision when I was DJing or whatnot. That's a lot of folks, you know,
sure.
see or know me as, you know, maybe doing my on set with the housewife stuff. But I wouldn't have to go that far with like, I don't know how I feel about like some sort of alias name. It's cool and all, but I'm gonna be Nate Antonio. That's just
yeah, for sure. Okay.
That's who I am. Hey, if that's what you look, you know, yeah. If you need some music, you need help with the music, we're just doing some music, sharing it, man.
Yeah,
rocking the block, like rocking a block party near you. I'm trying to make my location the capital of block parties. All right. I had 2 just yesterday. Oh, man.
Yeah. You gonna have a block party for your birthday? Cause I definitely come over there. That'll be pretty lit.
Nate, if my block was as cool as I thought that, you know, I got a decent block, but I don't know. It's tempting. You know what, Nate? You'll see the Evite. I'll let you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, hey, there's gonna be one. What's the
Yeah.
date? Mark this on the calendar. There's gonna be one, and whatever one that is, maybe not at my place, but whatever it is, it's gonna be slapping. It's hopefully all our music too.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, get the things bumping.
Woo!
Yeah. But
You
yeah,
got your stuff you were working on, right?
Yeah, I'm working on Trillionaire too right now.
Got it.
Yeah.
Are we even timed with this? We can keep going. Where we at?
We had like an hour. Yeah, we can end it and just talk crap.
I was saying, all good, but you know, I had a really good time, man. Anytime you're doing it, let me know. You know, I appreciate just chatting.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah,
gotta do this music thing. Oh, my pleasure, man. It's good to see you, Nate. We gotta talk some music and share some more files and ideas so we can get this next wave of stuff going.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'll send you a music pack over.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Absolutely. I need to clear out my stuff, but I need to get another wave coming up too. It's like nonstop. Want to get this music out, you know. We got a fun little community of really good music folks and talented artists, and can't wait to keep sharing it, man. Keep doing what you're doing, Nate.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, you too.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
I'll talk to you, man.